All right, who think they got the answers to number 1 through 5 for simplifying expressions? Anybody? Anybody had a hard? Did you have a hard time with it? Why did you have a hard time with it? That's a good question. So if you remember, we talked about expressions on Friday, right? Right? So it's the whole alphabet thing that's the problem, right? So let's talk about these letters, right? Remember, all you have to do is simplify. Remember I told you, you find the like terms and then break them down and you simplify them? So let's look at number 1, right? We got 2a minus 4b plus 3ab minus 5a plus 2b, right? I know it looked like a whole bunch of gibberish, right? So first thing I want to ask you is, can you find like terms? Remember I told you like terms is those that are identical. The only difference may be an integer, maybe a positive or a negative, right? So let's look at 2a. Is there anything else up there with a letter and the with a number and the letter a in it? We got 3a has a b in it. 5a. Now, when you look at that, let me ask you a question. What is the integer associated with 5a? Negative, right? So let's look at that. We have 2a. Is that a negative or a positive? Positive. How do we know it's a positive? Because there's no negative, right? So we have 2a and we have negative 5a. So now let's do the basic math. Here we go. You have $2 in your bank account and you take out $5. How much is in your bank account now? Negative 3, right? So now all we're going to do is have negative 3a. We have completed our a's, right? Now let's go to the negative 4b, right? Is there anything else up there with a letter, with a number in the letter b? Negative 4b. So we have a negative 4b here, but anything else up there with b at all? A positive b, 2b, right? Is that a positive or a negative? Positive. So now we have negative 4b and a positive 2b. So our bank account is short $4, and we add $2 in there. How much we got left? Negative 2. And you just keep the letter with it. So now we have a negative 2b. So we've done that. We crossed those out. What's left? 3ab. Is it a positive or a negative? Positive. Plus 3ab. That's your answer. That's it. All you're doing is simplifying it. Is this all you had to do? You find the like terms. Once you find the like terms, then you just break them down. Now, if there's negatives and positives, of course, you have to do the basic addition and subtraction to figure out what the number's supposed to be. But that's it. Now, let's look at number 2, right? Number 2 says 4, then we have in parentheses 2x plus 1 minus 3x. Now, remember Friday, right? Before we left on Friday, how do we deal with this kind of problem? What's the first thing we got to focus on doing? Doing what? Getting rid of the parentheses. How do we get rid of the parentheses? We went over it Friday. But what do we call that terminology? What's the word we use? Start with a D. Distributive property. So what does distributive properties tell me I need to do? Multiply. What am I multiplying the 4 into? The 2x and the 1, right? So now that I know that I have to do distributive property, I have to multiply 4 into 2x and 4 into 1. Then that will help me remove my parentheses. So what is 4 times 2x? 8 what? 8x, right? So now I have 8x here. And what's 4 times 1? 1, right? 4, I'm sorry, 4, right? 4. So now I have 8x plus 4 minus 3x. Now I go into finding my like terms, all right? So is there anything in here that's alike with a number in the same letter? 8x and 3x. So I have $8 in my bank account. I take out $3. How much I have left? $5. So that would be, is that a negative or a positive? Positive. So I have 5x minus 5x plus 4. 5x plus 4, that's my answer. That's it. You're just simplifying.
They look hard.
It look hard, right? When you look at it, you're like, oh my God, all those numbers, and you run from it. But it's just simple. Remember, don't run from them numbers. You take ownership of them numbers. Let them numbers know you in charge, right? Right? Because if you know how to master those numbers, you know how to master your bank account, right? So what I want y'all to do now that we have an idea, we did 1 and 2. Now let's see if you can do 3. I just want to walk around. Don't panic. Just see, let me see you do 3 by yourself, and then I'm gonna walk around and check and make sure that you all did it correctly, okay? So I want you to work on that. I'm gonna put my mask on and I'm gonna walk around and check your work. I'm gonna look at every last one of your paper. Remember, we are not leaving anyone behind. We're working together. I want to see it. And if you struggle with it, don't be afraid to say, Mr. Dean, I need a little help, okay? All right, so I'll give you about 5 minutes to try and answer number 4. Listen, just because these numbers are like this, follow the same step. Get rid of the parentheses by using distributive property, okay? Take care of that, and I'm gonna walk around and check you out, okay? Y'all like the equations? They're easy. All right, look, so let's go with number 1. Number 1 says R minus 2 equals 5. What's the ultimate goal? To get the R by itself. Remember I told you all like the Libra scale as well? Whatever you do to one side, you do it to the other side. So in order to get the R by itself, what kind of integer is that up there? It's a negative 2. How do I get negative 2 out of the way so I can get R by itself? Positive 2, I add 2. So I add 2 here. Where do I add the other 2 at? On the other side. Now what I do is I bring my R down. I cross this out because a negative 2 plus a positive 2 is what? 0. So I don't have to worry about it. So I cancel that out. I bring my equal sign down. And 5 plus 2 is what? 7. That is your answer. R equals 7. Who got it right? Raise your hand. Good job. Good job. All right, let's do the second one. Now, some of y'all was getting confused on this one. 6 equals m plus 6. 6 equals m plus 6. What's the ultimate goal? To get m by itself. So if I want to get m by itself, what must I do? Where do I add the negative 6 at? Minus 6 here, and then where I put the other minus 6? Under the positive 6, right? Good. All right? This cross out, my equal sign come down, my m come down, and positive 6 minus negative 6 is 0, so the answer is 0, right? All right, good. So I want you to take time and answer 3, 4, and 5 for me, and when you get done, let me come around and see your papers and stuff, and I want to see, oh, you got them done already? Let me grab my mask. Hold up. You got them done too? So, all right, so that's good. The good thing is we're understanding these equations, right? Now all we got to do is make sure we get those expressions, simplifying those expressions down, and then, as I remind you, when you come back on Wednesday, we're going to have an active test using equations and expressions, okay?
What you got right there? So you can 6 equals n minus 4. Anyways, you have to make this n by itself, so this is a negative 4, so you have to put plus 4, so then this becomes 0. And since you put plus 4 on this one, you have to do it to the other side. So you'll add 4 up here, and this is going to be a 10, and you bring down the n, which is 10 equals 1.
Awesome. Y'all clap it up for him. Y'all clap it up for him. Yeah.